Good morning, guys. Today we're gonna be installing an above ground pool for my buddy. This is a 14-foot round pool. I think it's about 30 to 32-inch depth. Um, it's summertime, so we're gonna. It's a 3,000 gallon pool, so it's a heavy one. Good thing he has a concrete slab here, so we're gonna put it over the concrete. He has this little piece of drainage pipe right there that we're gonna put heavy foam around it, so it shouldn't give us any issues. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna open the packaging where it says do not use a knife, where he just used the knife to open the packaging. So as you know, we don't follow directions very well, but let's get all this stuff out and we're gonna show you how this whole thing is set up. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so we got the whole thing unpacked. We're gonna take the pool out. We covered the hole with some foam padding so the metal doesn't get affected. So now we're gonna put the amazing pool over it. We're gonna adjust it. It shouldn't take long. This whole thing should take about, I want to say about 30 minutes. What's gonna take long is the filling up part, which probably will take about 3 or 4 days because my friend's water system is on the well, so he's gonna have to deal with that part on his own. I'm not gonna be here when the pool fills up, but we're gonna show the after of what the pool looks like once it's filled up. So the hole on that corner is for the filter, so we're gonna push it that way. This way, we're gonna have access to the outlets right there. So the first thing you want to do, you want to stretch it out as much as you can. This setup system is fairly easy. It's a wide joint, so you have these that go in like this. Actually, these are the thin ones. These are the leg. So the legs snap into the place like this because these pools are meant to be taken apart once you're done with them. And the thick pieces, this last one, the thick pieces they're going like this, and they have a plastic insert that go in here. So when you're done with it, you just snap the plastic insert out and this whole thing comes apart. So it doesn't have this little plastic clip. It's a good system. It's meant for people who don't want to keep the pool out all summer long, or I mean all year long, because the maintenance of it, it's a pain. So you could empty it out once you're done with it, wrap it up, put it away, and bring it out the next summer. So we're gonna assemble this. We're gonna put this together. The first thing you want to do, you want to put the rim together before you put the legs in. So the rim goes in first, then we put the legs in, and it should be a quick assembly. So let's do that, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so the last few of them I'm not gonna pin down because there's gonna be a lot of tension. So I'm gonna put the fittings in, then we're gonna put the pins in. So this way we can make the full piece connected, so that way we're not struggling and we don't have to undo any of the pins. So that this part is very important. Make sure you skip 3 to 4 or 5 joints before you put the pins in. This way you have enough room and tension to put all the piping in, then you can put the pins in easily. So let's do that. is the legs. So as I showed you how the legs work, you're gonna lift this up, and it has this little strap right there. You want to make sure you're in that strap. So when the pool stretches, this strap needs to be behind the leg, and this is how it's gonna sit, like so. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go around, and then before we do anything, we're gonna make the final adjustment. If we need to pull it, push it, or do whatever. So we're gonna do that next. All right, guys. So total to this point, it's about 22 minutes. Now we're gonna put the filter on, and that's pretty much the last step to the assembly of this pool. Next thing, my buddy needs to go inside and basically flatten the whole area out as the water's getting filled in. So he needs to kind of stretch out the pool to make sure there's no wrinkles, and it's kind of leveled, and make sure the legs are leveled. The legs need to be straight. They cannot be curved like this. So as the water fills up, he needs to go around, make sure all the legs are leveled. They cannot be tilted. If they are tilted, the whole structure is in jeopardy. It's going to collapse. So we're going to put the filter on, and this is where the water goes back into the pool. This one. So let's do that.
اینو بعد تو زمستون که میگه اگه آبشو خالی بکنی اما خود پول رو نگه می‌داری فقط کاور میکنی.
تو میخوای یه زمستون بذار آب توش بمونه ببین چجوری میشه دیگه. فوقش باید تمیزش بکنی. Alright. Total time spent is 28 minutes from start to finish. So let's just say half an hour from unpacking, assembly, and this is with two people. With one person, it's going to be about an hour to hour and a half. I would say about an hour. But with two people, it's going to be about 30 minutes. It's quick, it's painless, it's going to be fun for the kids. One thing, remember guys, when you guys set these up, especially if you're going to put it next to a wall, when kids get in there, this thing will move like this. So make sure you're not really have it tight against the wall. Again, once you put some water in it, you want it, once it's about, I want to say about 3 or 4 inches up, you want to go around, kind of stretch the pool out as far as you can. Make sure the legs are straight. Make sure the pool is level. Sometimes if the ground has some sort of lean, let's say if it's leaning that way, what you want to do is you want to go here and kind of put wood under this and raise this part up. Okay, if you don't do that, what's going to happen is this whole thing is going to lean, and it's going to make this part the weak point of the pool. So these joints might break or bend. So you want to make sure it's as level as possible, and you'll know when you fill it up with water, you see which way the water is going to flow first. If the water is basically pulling up here first, that means this is the low end. You want to raise the low end up, so this way you'll have a much more level area to play with, and you're not putting you're not putting pressure on these joints, and all the stress is not on like 1 or 2 or 3 joints. So with that, guys, we're gonna fill the pool up. This is gonna take about 3 or 4 days to fill up, as I said, because he's on the well system. Once it's filled up, I'm gonna come back. We're gonna show you guys how the pool is set up and turned on and all that stuff. So stay tuned. All right, guys. So we actually put some water in here. I just want to make sure how level this part is. It is leaning this way a little bit, so we're gonna actually put some stack up some wood or whatever that we have to lift this up, and that should actually fix the problem. So once we lift this up, we're gonna push everything out, make sure everything's stretched out well. You're not gonna be able to take all the wrinkle out, but we're gonna take it as much as we can. So and I'm gonna come back once the pool is full, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so the pool is full. It's plugged in, and let me just run it. Let's see, here we go. So this is the pool on. Takes the water in from there, goes through the filter, goes back in to there. So it is a little cloudy right now because it needs to run its cycle for the chlorine to go through, for it to basically do its thing. So once the chlorine goes through, it takes about 3 or 4 days for it to finishes cycling and clearing out. So it does have to go through the cycle for the pH levels to come up, but we have it plugged in right here. It's running, and let's see, 8, 9, 10, 9, 10 hours. So we're gonna have it run for 10 hours, and once it goes through the cycle, it should clear up. So let me know what you think. It's actually came out pretty well. Let me show you. As you can see, the legs are pretty straight. The pool is pretty level. As I said, you want to make sure all the legs are straight, and we just had to we had to raise it on one end a little bit because it was a little slanted, but it wasn't that bad. But you want to try to avoid any sharp objects around the pool itself. But as you can see, it's pretty straight. All the legs are straight, and the pool is level, and you could tell from the top of the pool you don't see it leaning any way, and everything's centered. So yeah, so this is it. Whole entire setup took about 25 minutes, about 30 minutes with 2 people. So yeah, so leave your comments down below and let me know what you think, guys. Take care.